Page 4 now, the conservative issues driving election 2020. Pay attention to the polling, Republicans. Look at what are driving issues of our time. Gallup has a warning for you. Stick to constitutionally conservative talking points. Focus on foundational issues. Don't be afraid of your own shadows. Don't run away from President Trump. Gallup poll asked voters, what are the most important problems in the United States today? The answers should send chills down the backs of leadership of the modern Democrat Party. Race relations, not a top priority. Health care, not a top priority. Climate change, not a top priority. The top two issues that are of importance for voters are immigration and government leadership, or the lack thereof. Are you listening, Rhino Republicans? Are you paying attention? People are beginning to see the light about the crisis at the border. No thanks to the Republican leadership on Capitol Hill. It is thanks to the president and his relentless effort to secure this republic from ongoing attacks from the South. As for leadership in government, it's a bit of an oxymoron. There is a huge void of leadership in Republican circles outside of the White House. President Trump is the epitome of leadership, but he can only do so much by himself. So what's the lesson here? Well, if the Republicans are going to take back the House, then lead. Take bold, pro-America, common-sense policy positions on securing the border and new, rational immigration law. Don't be afraid, Republicans. Take a stand right here, right now. The polling data proves that the American people are craving constitutionally driven leadership based on the issues that will drive voters to the polls in November 2020. Paints a stark contrast to the Democrats in Congress who are staking their future on their sky is falling brand of messaging, as evidenced by this very liberal senator from Oregon, Jeff Merkley.
But now my beloved state is in trouble.
Stop the tape. If ever, sorry, state. If ever there was an understatement of the year, the fact that Oregon, a beautiful state, by the way, is in trouble. Philosophically, politically in trouble. You know, Oregon wasn't always like this. It wasn't always whacked out liberal. Yeah, there were always granola-type people in Oregon, but they weren't always these crazy liberals. And what's happened is a lot of people from California brought their liberal policies into Oregon, and that skewed everything from anti-Second Amendment stances to climate change to sanctuary city and state status. And so, unfortunately, Oregon, yes, is in a state of emergency because of liberals like this nutcase. Roll tape.
The reason is carbon pollution from fossil fuels driving climate chaos.
Stop the tape. Okay, so carbon dioxide, which is what we emit when we breathe or when animals breathe. Carbon dioxide is emitted when we exhale, right? So now, what the left has tried to do over the last, decade or so is try and paint carbon dioxide as some sort of poison, as some sort of greenhouse gas. Well, it is part of our greenhouse gases, but so is oxygen. But we wouldn't have greenery on Earth. Go back to 5th grade now, Senator. We wouldn't have plants on Earth, right, unless we had the CO2, unless we had the carbon dioxide. The plants take in the carbon dioxide. Remember this in 5th grade? The plants take in the carbon dioxide and they emit oxygen. And the oxygen is what we breathe. It's a naturally occurring process. But what the Democrats are trying to do is weaponize, somehow, carbon in general, but carbon dioxide in particular. It's climate chaos, according to this guy. Roll tape.
That pollution is hitting hard our forests and farms and fishing. The three
Stop tape.
pillars.
Okay, yeah, 3 pillars, sure. Forests, farms, and fishing, yeah. And all three need healthy doses of carbon dioxide. We wouldn't have forests, right? We wouldn't have forests were it not for carbon dioxide. You get the picture? Roll tape.
Of our rural economy. To understand the size of the problem, I invite you to do an exercise with me. Hold your breath for 3 seconds. Ready?
Stop.
Take the breath in.
But see, how do we take a guy like this serious? How many people at home are actually doing this, taking his advice and going to go through this phony exercise to try and somehow show that mankind is destroying the climate.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.